Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're embarking on an epic journey to a place where the earth seems to split open, where the roar of water is deafening, and the spray creates a constant magical rainbow. We're talking about Mosi-oa-Tunya, the smoke that thunders, better known to the world as Victoria Falls. This isn't just one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. It's a place steeped in millions of years of history, culture, and breathtaking drama. So, buckle up as we dive deep into the incredible story of this majestic waterfall. Before we even get to the people, let's talk about the geology. The story of Victoria Falls begins around 180 million years ago, during the Jurassic period. The entire region was a vast, flat desert of sand, but deep beneath the surface, volcanic activity was brewing. Massive amounts of basaltic lava erupted, not from a single volcano, but through cracks in the Earth's crust, flooding the landscape. This process created a thick, hard layer of basalt rock, over 300 meters deep. As this massive sheet of lava cooled and solidified, it cracked, forming a grid-like pattern of fissures. Over millions of years, the mighty Zambezi River began to chart its course across this basalt plateau. The river is the 4th longest in Africa, and it carried with it softer sedimentary materials like sandstone, which filled those ancient cracks. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The Zambezi's powerful current started to erode the softer rock filling the fissures, while the hard basalt remained. The river would find a weak point, a line of erosion, and begin to carve it out, deeper and deeper, until it formed a gorge. When the river finally breached the entire length of one of these east-west fissures, a new waterfall was born. And this has happened not just once, but at least 8 times. If you look at a map of the area, you'll see a zigzagging series of gorges downstream from the current falls. Each one of those gorges represents a former location of Victoria Falls. The river erodes one fissure, then carves its way back upstream until it hits another north-south crack, and then turns to start eroding the next east-west fissure. The current falls are simply the latest in a long line of waterfalls that have been migrating upstream for over 100,000 years. Geologists predict that in another few thousand years, the falls will abandon their current position and move upstream to what is now known as the Devil's Cataract. It's a slow-motion geological drama playing out right before our eyes. For millennia before European explorers arrived, this powerful, mystical place was home to various peoples. Archaeological finds around the falls, like stone tools and weapons, suggest that early hominids lived here as far back as 3 million years ago. More recently, Khoisan hunter-gatherers inhabited the area, followed by Bantu tribes like the Toka and Leya people, who are the traditional custodians of this land. For them, the falls were not a tourist attraction, they were a sacred site, a place of immense spiritual power. They called it Mosi-oa-Tunya. Can you imagine? Standing where the ground trembles, seeing a column of mist rising hundreds of meters into the sky, hearing a thunderous roar that can be heard from 40 kilometers away. It's no wonder they believed it was the dwelling place of a powerful river god, Nyami. The constant mist also created a unique rainforest ecosystem on the cliffs opposite the falls, a rainforest in the desert, which they saw as a sacred grove, a place where ancestral spirits resided. They would perform rituals and make offerings, never daring to approach the edge of the chasm too closely, out of deep respect and awe. The falls were the center of their universe, a source of life, fear, and reverence. Then, in 1855, the story takes a dramatic turn. A Scottish missionary and explorer, Dr. David Livingstone, was on a journey to map the Zambezi River, hoping to open up Africa to commerce and Christianity. Guided by the local Toka people, he was led to the falls. While they were hesitant to get too close, Livingstone paddled out to a small island on the very lip of the chasm, an island now known as Livingstone Island. His description of what he saw is legendary. He wrote in his journal, Scenes so lovely must have been gazed upon by angels in their flight. He was completely mesmerized. In an act that would define the falls for the outside world, he named them Victoria Falls, in honor of his reigning monarch, Queen Victoria. It's a point of historical debate, of course. For many, renaming a site that already had a beautiful and descriptive name like Mosi-oa-Tunya was a classic act of colonialism. But at the time, Livingstone's discovery put this incredible natural wonder on the global map. His reports sent shockwaves through Europe, sparking a wave of curiosity and a desire for adventure. Livingstone's reports attracted more than just awe. One of the most ambitious figures to follow in his wake was Cecil Rhodes, the British mining magnate and empire builder. Rhodes had a grand, audacious dream, a railway line that would stretch from Cape Town in South Africa all the way to Cairo in Egypt. And for this Cape to Cairo railway, the Zambezi River presented a massive obstacle. Rhodes's solution was as ambitious as the railway itself. Build a bridge across the second gorge, just downstream from the falls. He had a very specific instruction for the engineers. He wanted the spray from the falls to land on the passing trains. He wanted passengers to feel the smoke that thunders. Construction began in 1904. It was an incredible feat of engineering. Workers, suspended in a cage on a cableway called the Blondin, dangled precariously over the gorge to build this steel marvel. The two sides of the bridge were built outwards from each bank, meeting in the middle. In 1905, just 14 months after construction began, the Victoria Falls Bridge was complete. It stands today as a monument to that era of daring ambition and engineering prowess. The opening of the bridge was a game-changer. Suddenly, this remote wonder of the world was accessible. The first hotel, the Victoria Falls Hotel, was built in 1904 to house the engineers, and it quickly became a luxurious destination for wealthy Edwardian travelers. The age of tourism had begun. Visitors could now arrive by train, stay in colonial-style luxury, and gaze upon the falls that Livingstone had described so vividly. Over the 20th century, the falls became a shared natural treasure between two nations. On one side is Zambia, and on the other, Zimbabwe. Both countries have established national parks to protect the falls and the surrounding wilderness. The Mosi-oa-Tunya National Park in Zambia and the Victoria Falls National Park in Zimbabwe. Together, they form a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognized in 1989 for its exceptional geological features and outstanding natural beauty. Today, Victoria Falls is a hub of adventure. From bungee jumping off the historic bridge to whitewater rafting in the powerful rapids of the Batoka Gorge below, the falls offer a thrill for every kind of traveler. You can take a helicopter flight for an angel's view, just as Livingstone imagined, or swim to the very edge of the abyss in the Devil's Pool during the dry season, a truly heart-stopping experience. But beyond the adrenaline, the falls remain a place of profound beauty and cultural significance. The name Mosi-oa-Tunya is once again widely used, a recognition of the site's deep indigenous roots. The local communities continue to share their culture and history with visitors, reminding us that this is not just a geological spectacle, but a living, breathing cultural landscape. From its volcanic birth and the slow, patient work of the Zambezi River, to its sacred status as the smoke that thunders, and its dramatic discovery and transformation into a global icon, the history of Victoria Falls is as deep and powerful as the gorges it has carved. It's a story of nature's immense power, of human reverence, of ambition, and of our ongoing journey to appreciate and protect the world's greatest treasures. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through time at Victoria Falls. What an incredible place. If you've ever been, I'd love to hear about your experience in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. Until next time, stay curious.